Hello, I'm Jaleesa, and welcome to this presentation on the Fair Information Practice Principles, or FIPS. I will explore what these principles are, how they compare to other privacy regulations, and how they can be implemented to protect personal identifiable information. FIPS are a set of foundational concepts that guide how organizations develop and implement their privacy policies. They provide a comprehensive framework for managing personal information throughout its entire life cycle from collection to disposal. There are 9 core principles in FIPS. Each of these play a crucial role in ensuring the responsible and ethical handling of personal data. I will briefly explore each of these in the following slides. Transparency involves being open about data collection and use. Organizations should be open and transparent about their data collection, use, and sharing practice. This involves providing clear, accessible privacy notices that explain what personal information is collected and how it's used and who it's shared with and how it's protected. Individual participation empowers people to access and correct their personal information held by organizations. Individuals should have the right to access their personal information held by organizations and request corrections or deletions as appropriate. This principle empowers individuals to have a say in how their data is managed. Purpose specification. Organizations should specify the purpose for which personal information is collected before at that time of collection. Data should only be used for those specified purposes unless there is consent for new uses or a legal requirement. Data minimization. Only personal information that is relevant and necessary for the specified purpose should be collected. This principle encourages organizations to limit data collection to what is truly needed. Use limitation. Personal information should only be used or disclosed for the purpose specified, except with the consent of the individual or as required by law. This principle restricts the use of data to its intended purpose. Data quality and integrity. Organizations should ensure that personal information is accurate, complete, and kept up to date for the purpose for which it is to be used. This principle promotes the maintenance of high quality data. Security. Appropriate security safeguards should be in place to protect personal information against unauthorized access, destruction, use, modification, or disclosure. This principle emphasizes the importance of data protection measures. Accountability. Organizations should be accountable for complying with these principles and should have measures in place to ensure compliance. This may include designating responsible individuals, implementing privacy policies, and conducting regular audits. Auditing. Regular audits should be conducted to ensure compliance with privacy policies and practices. This principle supports ongoing evaluation and improvement of privacy measures. The FIPS serve as a foundation for many privacy laws and regulations worldwide, but they are not legally binding on their own. They provide a framework that has influenced the development of more specific and enforceable privacy laws. Some comparisons include the GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. The European Union's GDPR incorporates many FIPS principles but goes further in some areas. For example, it includes additional rights like the right to be forgotten and data portability, and it imposes strict penalties for non-compliance. CCPA, California Consumer Privacy Act. This law incorporates FIPS principles but adds specific requirements for business, such as allowing consumers to opt out of the sale of their personal information. HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. While based on FIPS, HIPAA provides more specific rules for handling health information, including detailed security requirements and restrictions on use and disclosure. Sector-specific laws. Many countries have laws that apply FIPS principles to specific sectors such as financial services or telecommunications, often with more detailed requirements tailored to those industries. The key difference is that while FIPS provide general guidelines, specific laws and regulations provide more detailed requirements, enforcement mechanisms, and penalties for noncompliance. FIPS are highly useful in protecting PII because they provide a comprehensive framework for responsible data management. They address the entire life cycle of personal information from collection to disposal. and promote practices that respect individual privacy while allowing for legitimate use of data. Implementation by federal agencies. Federal agencies can put each FIPP principle into practice as follows. Transparency. Publish clear, detailed privacy notices on websites and in physical locations where data is collected. Regularly update these notices to reflect current practice. Individual participation. Implement systems that allow individuals to access their personal information, verify its accuracy, and request corrections. Establish clear procedures for handling these requests. Purpose specification. Clearly define and document that purposes for data collection and privacy impact assessments. Ensure that all staff understand that these purposes adhere to them. Data minimization. Review data collection practices regularly to ensure only necessary information is being collected. Implement policies to delete unnecessary data. Use limitation. Establish strict controls on data access and use within the agency. Implement technical measures to prevent unauthorized access or use. Data quality and integrity. Implement regular data quality checks and correction procedures. Train staff on the importance of data accuracy. Security. Implement comprehensive information security programs, including encryption, access controls, and regular security audits. Keep security measures up to date involving threats. Accountability. Designate privacy officers responsible for overseeing compliance, implement agency-wide privacy policies, and provide regular privacy training to all staff. Auditing. Conduct regular internal privacy audits and be prepared for external audits. Use audit results to continually improve privacy practices.